Ah, yes. Napoleon Bonaparte, conqueror of Europe, lover of big hats, and the smallest guy in history, right? Well, not exactly. The whole Napoleon was short thing is actually a myth. He wasn't as small as people think. In fact, by the standards of his time, he was average height. So, why did people think Napoleon was tiny? Well, the rumor started with the British, who were Napoleon's enemies, and they just loved to make fun of him. You see, British cartoonists back in the 1800s were basically like the OG meme makers. They exaggerated Napoleon's height so much just to make him seem less intimidating. Because, let's be honest, what's funnier than a tiny little dictator with a giant ego, right? In reality, Napoleon was actually about 5'6", which is totally normal for the time. In fact, back then, French soldiers were actually shorter on average than they are today. And the even funnier thing is the reason that people thought Napoleon was even smaller was just all a confusion between French and British measurements. So the French actually used a different system of measurement called pied du roi, which made Napoleon's height seem even shorter when it was converted into the British feet. So, you know that whole Napoleon was 5'2" thing? Yeah, that was actually just bad math. Now, despite actually being average height, Napoleon definitely did have a giant ego. He loved to make big impressions, whether that meant riding around on giant horses or posing dramatically in those huge, heavy military coats. I mean, who wouldn't want to look taller, right? I am the emperor! I do not need to be tall! I have conquered the world! Viva la France! So, next time someone tells you Napoleon was short, you can set the record straight. Napoleon wasn't small, just badly measured. And thanks to some clever British cartoons, this little height myth became legendary. But hey, that's history for you. Full of facts and a little bit of fiction. And that will be all of our time for today. Make sure to tune in to the next episode of Seth's Fantastic French Fun Facts. Just made that up on the spot, but we'll stick with it. Alright, see you later, guys.